Use some more.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Um, I feel called to share a story about exes. Because I had an interaction with my ex this week as well, which we haven't spoken in ages, and just hearing you say I should be over him really landed for me and resonated for me too, because I was feeling the same way. I should be over him. I shouldn't feel triggered by him anymore. You know, it's been over a year. However, having this small interaction, I definitely felt things. So I kind of just wanted to highlight that uh, as well, because I don't think it's a matter of us never feeling triggered ever again. What I notice from doing the work is that triggers still happen. Yeah, we can't live a trigger-free life. But what happens is we move through them so much easier and with way more awareness, and they last far less time than what they used to. In the past, the triggers would take me down completely and debilitate me. But now it's like a blip, it's a moment. I might have a cry, I might have a release, but it moves through my body so quickly. And it's like, oh, wow, okay. So there's relief at the end of it.
Yeah. And that's what I'm hoping today is because,
Yeah.
and I know I've got the tools there. I think I feel, I was trying to think today while I've been sitting here, I've been doing some meditations and some writing,
Mm.
listening, watching, like sort of working through some of the modules. And I thought, well, I kind of feel shame as well that I feel
Mm.
this way, but I don't know
Yeah.
why I feel ashamed.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the bit I was picking up on. Like, we don't need to feel ashamed that we're still triggered by that person, or that we might have thoughts of wanting that person back. And it might not be that it's not that we want that person back, it's that we want love, we want a relationship. And it's the grief and the yearning for that.
Yeah.
Does that resonate?
I think so.
Mm.
It's, yeah. I mean, look, I don't think he cares in that sense. Like
Mm.
he's, already moved on. He actually contacted me. This is so stupid and selfish. He contacted me because I got him some vouchers like for his birthday last year, last Christmas. And
Mm.
sorry, last month. And he contacted me to get the link so he could use it for his new girlfriend.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
Right. So I was
Oh.
like, sorry, I sent him the link because I didn't, like, I felt like I
Oh.
didn't care, but obviously I did care.
Mm.
And then I was like, I just meant she's going to be at the funeral and yeah, all these
Oh
emotions all
no,
at once.
geez.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, both
So,
of them.
yeah.
Oh, okay, there's a lot going on, honey. There's a
Yeah.
lot
It
going
is.
on.
It
Oh,
really is.
far out.
Yeah. So I'm hoping, like you said, Magida, that it will just pass through me a bit quicker because, like you, like same as me, it used to debilitate me.
Mm,
And
mm,
I'm out here doing the healthy things that I should be doing.
mm,
Um,
mm.
and
You're doing amazing. You're doing amazing.
yeah, like
Yeah,
generally previous to this, I would have stayed in bed and not got out of bed.
yeah.
So, I've been in the water, I've been walking,
Oh,
I just
beautiful.
bought ice cream.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
And whereabouts in your cycle? Because we want to honor the hormone
Yes. Yeah,
spot.
definitely hormonal too. I felt that,
Mm,
what day is it today? Thursday. So I felt that Tuesday, the hormonal. So I haven't not got them yet, but definitely coming.
yeah.
Mine are all over the place, obviously, because of the cancer. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, that's hard to
yeah,
manage too.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So
Um,
it's,
and okay, just let me think about all those pieces now.
oh, and here's another tidbit. He said,
Mm,
he just, he said, because I said, oh, that's interesting. Because I really felt about it and I wrote first before I answered him. And I said, it's interesting that you're dating again.
mm,
Can I just ask what you're looking for? like what the purpose of dating is. I think it was like, because he said to me, he never wants, he didn't want a relationship, blah, blah, blah. He wanted someone to get along with, all that bullshit. And he said he just wanted someone that was drama free.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah. So he's just like, oh,
There's the
that's bad.
punching bag.
Right. So I'm so glad. Thank you for validating that, because I was like, I felt stupid, like going, no, I'm
Oh,
really working on myself.
oh my gosh.
And it wasn't all freaking drama.
Oh God.
So I just deleted and blocked. So
So
done.
this is where the gold nugget is for you, though. What was the purpose of you asking him that question?
I knew you'd ask that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. What did you ask that question for? What was your intention for asking that question?
I guess maybe because I'm still grieving the relationship. I want to. I guess in my mind, I'm thinking, what did I do so wrong?
Yeah.
It wasn't me. Like, I know that, and he's not.
Yeah.
He's living below the line. Yeah, I've been through it all this
He
morning in the
totally
modules.
is.
Going,
Like, for
yeah,
someone
he
to-
is.
He so is for someone to reach out and say, I want the ticket from my girlfriend, like that's just disgusting
It
behavior.
is. Yeah,
It's not
I know.
okay. And if we look at kind of hindsight now, and if we were to apply all
Did you just freeze?
You just
the
froze,
rules
Magida.
of the attuned woman to this, hello, my back.
Yeah, Connor, you keep freezing.
You'll have to repeat yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me now? Am I back?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
hang on. Just gonna log on the phone. Yeah, hang on. 1 second.
Better someone you in case you. Can't see Kavita. I'm on my phone. I'm never usually on my phone.
Okay.
Mm.
You've got to swipe. Hang on.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Why am I hearing it
Ah,
twice?
there you are.
Hang on. Why am I?
Look at that. There's some dolphins. Some dolphins just came past before. It was pretty
Wow.
Oh, dolphins. Wait, got double up of noise. Okay, here we go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hang on. All right. That should be better. Yeah, I was going to say my advice would be if that situation was to happen again, I would say no reply is the response to that.
Yeah.
Because it's a below the line response, and it's showing that that person is clearly just trying to hurt you, right, by doing that. Yeah, and if that person has any kind of what's the word, like just I can't think of the word, like when you're a scout and you've got to go through the forest and find stuff, find your way through.
Oh, forager.
Right? Like
Yeah.
just problem solving or whatever,
Oh,
right?
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that he could find that himself. Look through your emails, mate. Like
Yeah.
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 So, but also honoring the fact that it triggered you, and in that moment you had a rise and you had a reaction. So next time we want to be like, okay, breathe, notice the trigger, don't respond from a place of trigger.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really hard to do sometimes.
It is, and I was doing quite well.
Yeah.
And then it just built up those emotions, and then I responded below the line. Like I ended up just responding below the line, and then I guess that's where the shame comes from. Because
good awareness.
Yeah.
It's all fine. We're just unpacking it now and we're resetting, and
Yeah.
We're doing a bit of the keep, delete, tweak process, so we know, okay, what do we do next time? And
Yeah.
there's another process which is in the course in module 12 called Trousers of Time, where we go into a hindsight position and we go, with hindsight, what would we do differently? So yeah. And the other piece for that was yeah, so what it's brought up for you is just showing you another layer of healing, that you're still telling yourself the story that you did something wrong, that there's something wrong with you, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So great. Thank you, Trigger, for revealing, this layer. And it's like you want to hear from him, because this is the interesting perspective now, right? Based on your question you asked him and the response, what response would have you hoped to get from him that would have maybe helped you?
I don't know. Just, and then I guess just that he wasn't looking for a relationship like he told me.
Yeah. You wanted validation that he was a man of his integrity, a man of his word, and he wasn't bullshitting you, but he was. Like,
of course he was.
Yeah, he's not someone who's done the work, and he's just repeating the pattern now.
Yeah, and he is, and he always will. And that's why I think, I think I've said before, the red flags that I just missed were in that trauma bonding.
Yeah.
But he also he's the first person in a very long time that awakened my heart, I guess, and my love. So and I've got a lot to give, as you ladies know, and I've got a lot there, but I just think, why do that to someone?
Yeah. Why do people who are below the line do that to someone? Why do people murder other people? Right? Why do they do that? Is because they're in so much pain, they can't handle their inner world, and they've got to push it out onto other people.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's so true.
That's why he did it.
Yeah.
He's going through whatever he's going through right now. Well, he's just lost a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's taken a dig at you because he doesn't have any coping skills to deal with that.
Yeah.
So they push it out onto other people.
Yeah. And I guess I dropped my coping skills as well amongst it all.
Yeah, that's okay. We're just bringing awareness to that now, and the interaction I had with my ex this week was very interesting as well. Like, quite similar dynamics going on there, and I kept it very transactional. It was a transactional discussion that needed to happen. He asked if he could call me, and I was like a full body no. I was like, I don't want to hear his voice. And that's when I got triggered. I realized that the sound of his voice would still trigger me. And that's where I went down the spiral of, what the fuck? How am I still not over this guy? I can't even hear his voice. Come on, Magida, you need to walk the talk. Like, all of that shame, then came through. So like, I really resonate with what you've just gone through. So I want you to really hear that it's not because you haven't done enough work, or you're not doing the work, or it's just a very normal human experience. It's how we move through it.
Yeah.
And then I actually said to him, my body says no. And he said, why? And I said, I was vulnerable, and I said, I actually am still triggered by the sound of your voice. And he replied and said, thank you for sharing that. And he actually honored that request, and he didn't.
Wow.
So
that's great.
It was good. And then we finished the exchange over texting, and then funny, his pattern started again, where he then, it was all done and dusted, and then a few minutes later he messaged saying, oh, I'm down at Alex Bar and Grill with a friend if you want to come and say hello and you're bored. And I was like, no.
Oh, some men are so silly.
Yeah, well, this is the pattern he was trying to play when we ended it. He wanted us to still be friends, and I was like,
yeah,
I'm just not. No.
Yeah, that's the same as this man too. He wanted us to, and I thought I might have been able to, and because I got really close with his father, his only father, and his two girls, and I really, really miss them. I probably miss them more than I miss him, to be honest. but he said, you know, it's okay, you can go and see them. I was like, I don't think I can, because he lives with his dad, and I just don't think, no, I can't be friends. And
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
no,
hard. Yeah.
yeah,
So isn't that funny? We both moved through similar things.
yeah. Thank you. I feel validated.
Yes. Yeah. So I think the key takeaway is we're not never going to have triggers. Triggers are going to happen. It's how do we move through them now differently? And as an attuned woman, you know, how do we move through it? And you're taking all those steps. You're coming here. You're telling us. You're unpacking it. We're getting to the root cause of it. Right. So the root cause, that you know, the underneath layer for you was this awareness around, you know, what have I done wrong, or what did I do wrong? Yeah.
What is it about me that is so shit? Which is so nice. When I was doing that meditation this morning, oh, it's on my phone. The one, you know the one I'm talking about. See if I can find it.
No, I was going to log in, and module 3 is the
it's like finding your power again, like
like the
listen
sound
to it twice. Yeah, no, it's a really good one, and I've got it saved on my phone.
Oh yeah, because I'm just
which
loading
one
it.
is it?
I'm loading it up here.
Yeah, so and it's a really good one because it sort of takes you back to it is the hypnosis appreciation meditation. That module 3 could be 4.
Yeah, appreciation for your journey.
Yes, and that was really good because there's bits in there that sort of say what would other people say about you. And you know, I have all these incredible people in my life that do always appreciate me for who I am and knows who I am, and you know, not just what he thinks I am. So
it's taking you through your life journey.
Yes, that's
things that have been good and great.
Mm.
Appreciate the proud moments in your life and see how much of a strong woman you are now. Yeah, so use this meditation anytime to reconnect with yourself and the most amazing parts of you.
Yeah, which I think has been good for the grieving and that's happened this week. And you'd be happy to know I've taken the week off work too. Which is really nice. So I've had since Tuesday off. And just really focusing on me. Bit of the kids, but mainly me.
Amazing, girl. Amazing.
Yeah, so I'm really proud of myself. That's something I would never have done even 6 months ago. So yay, that's a massive step for me. That's like being vulnerable. It's okay to stop.
Yeah, you have softened so much. It's so beautiful to see. So beautiful.
And that's why I think that appreciation meditation is so good too, because it does take you, and it took me back to all the amazing, incredible things I've ever done, and what was going through my head at those times. You know, it's like I never questioned that I could do it. I was like, yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I be able to?
Oh, look at that.
So, yeah,
that's good. A beautiful inner voice you have for yourself. Of course. Why wouldn't I be able to?
Yeah, I've always had that, but it's only through, you know, other things that have happened in the past that have sort of beaten me down, and then, you know, people. But now it's like, of course.
Of course.
Why wouldn't I be able to do that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So with just a little piece that's left is around you know, what did I do so wrong? That voice. So I want to address that voice as well. And the piece there is that's the story you're telling yourself. There's a story running that I did something wrong. Yeah, or that I'm not lovable, you know, that story. I'm not lovable enough for this person or whatever, right? So can you see that that's a story?
Yeah, I can. I can see that that's a story and it's below the line.
No, it's not about that.
It's more,
it's just that sometimes it's what the coaching industry will call a belief, right? Some of them will call it a limiting belief, but I don't use that terminology. I just look at it that it's a story, it's a belief structure that you're currently running. So when we can pick up on belief structures, what you want to do is look at it and go, is this true? Is this belief structure 100% true? Right? Can you prove to me that that's true, that that's the truth, that there's something wrong with you? No, we can't. So, right? So that's when we know it's a faulty belief. Right? And that it's a story that we're running, but we actually don't want to just shut it down. We want to honor it because there's a reason that story's running. It got created at some point in your life, and it's like the imprint events, and it got created as a protection mechanism. But what we want to identify is, well, it's not serving me in that way anymore. So we want to disengage it. We want to give it time and space to be seen and held and acknowledged, first of all. Thank it for doing its job that it's been doing. And what job has it been doing, actually? So running that story that, there's something wrong with me, or this looping, like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Like, how is that story running been serving you?
It hasn't.
Well, it does.
It does.
It does. So this is where we want to get to how it's a protection mechanism. So how has it been protecting you? So maybe close your eyes for a minute just so you can connect with that part of you. I just want you to feel the energy of that part of you that went into that space of saying, oh, what's wrong with me? What did I do wrong? Right? And ask it, what's its job? Ask her, what is your job? What are you here for? What is she trying to do for you?
Telling you to breathe.
Yeah, okay.
Move on and breathe.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Like both things, obviously.
Yeah, so it wants you to allow you to feel the emotion of grief.
Yeah.
And to let it pass through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's kind of felt like, because I was trying to ask myself the same thing, like, say, why? What you just said, how is that serving me? And every time I've sort of got into, I felt it. It's sadness and grief.
Yeah. Yeah. So have you struggled in your life to feel those emotions and to move through them?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like you said, I used to, it would just take me down for days and I'd go into a pretty dark place.
Yeah.
So I don't feel myself going there. So it is, and I know it's okay to feel them.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's definitely, I've been much better.
Good. So
believe it or not.
Yeah, allow it to be there. One way or one suggestion is that you can find an item or a token, maybe something that represents the relationship you had and something that represents this beautiful dear friend of yours that passed, and have those pieces there, and they represent those parts of you that are grieving. And you can hold them, or you can just place them down somewhere in front of you, wherever you are. Just, it's like a bit of an honoring ritual process. And when you look at them, if you feel tears come through, allow them to just come through. So I did this when my father passed. I have this teapot that has the song Tea for Two on it, because he used to sing that to me as a little girl. And so when he passed, I put a photo of him and I put the teapot next to, and it's in the kitchen. And for a good 2 months, anytime I walked into the kitchen and looked over there, I would just like burst into tears, right? But I just let it come. It was such a beautiful thing. I just let it come. And now, it's a year later, over a year later, I walk in and I look at it and I just smile. Those tears don't come anymore. They're just gone now.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I just want to throw it in the ocean if it represents him, not them.
Yeah, well,
Because I mean,
yeah,
previous
it's
to
like,
this, I've had anger. It's like, I've had all those stages of it, and I was
yeah,
angry and frustrated and hurt, and now I'm just sad. So I think it is the end of it. Like it
yeah,
is. I'm grieving it
yeah.
now.
The biggest journey in our healing is the layers of grief. I keep saying it over and over and over again. It's the layers of grief.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just suggesting that I'm sharing the ritual I did. But yeah, a ritual that feels good for you. What you just said, perfect. If you want to put something into the ocean, put something into the ocean and watch it, sail away.
Yeah. I know exactly what it'll be.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
But the key here is this is the guest house process as well. Remember?
Yes. Yes. I was trying to come back to that too, like last night and today, the guest house process. So sort of
there's
welcoming.
a recording there too. Yeah. So you can get the recording as well. Yeah. Or just read the poem, because the poem by Rumi is just reading it as a verse can bring the transmission back through your body and allow it. It literally talks about the verse about allowing the visitors to come in and violently sweep through your house, even if it's a crowd of sorrows. Those are his words. That's literally what you're feeling right now. It's a crowd of sorrow, right?
Yeah, totally.
Welcome at the door laughing, he says. Or smiling or whatever, right?
It's funny because I have been saying that. I have been saying welcome. Like,
welcome. Yeah, welcome.
Welcome. Oh, look. Oh, there's some dolphins. I wonder if you can see the dolphins. I don't think you'll be able to, but you might see them pop up. I'll leave it on there while you keep laughing. You might keep talking. They're literally just like 20 meters out.
Oh my gosh, that's
what a beautiful.
Oh, they're here. They're here.
Yeah, hi. Look, do you see? See? Oh, they're probably too far away.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Oh, look, they're right there fishing.
Oh my gosh, I'm
it's
looking.
A bit special.
Yeah,
probably can't see with my phone. I can't zoom.
Yeah,
there's like 4 of them just fishing in a circle.
Oh,
it's a bit
wow.
cute. They're hungry. As my daughter says, dolphin's gonna dolphin.
Oh, cute.
She's so cute. Oh, yeah, I can zoom. Let's see if they pop up again.
Oh,
yeah. So I've actually got that poem saved on my on some. I think it's on my phone now. So and it is really good. I should actually print it out and put it up in my house.
Yes, put it on the fridge.
Yeah, because it'd be really good for my kids.
Oh, I see.
Did you see? Did you see them?
I saw the little fin pop up.
Yeah, they're just fishing right there. Look. Isn't that special? They're fully fishing. I mean, I hope it's dolphins.
Yeah, that's
no, it's definitely dolphins.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful, darling.
Look at them. I'm glad you guys got to see. That's good. I'm going to be very close.
Thank you.
That's okay.
I just want to read what's in the chat here as well. Kavita said, we also have this misconception that we need to be happy all of the time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I have the happy module that busts that myth that like happy. So many times, women come to us when they're new and I ask them what their goals are, and they say, I just want to be happy. I'm like, no, that's not a goal, that's an emotion, and it just busts their brain, yeah, and we think that there's something wrong with us if we're not always feeling happy. Yeah, life is up and down. It's the ability to find the surfboard and hop on and ride it. Yeah, exactly. There's also a beautiful
like that.
I thought you would.
Yeah, there's a beautiful one, Wu Wei, which is let me just find.
Kathy, can I just ask you a quick question? It's got nothing to do with what we've been talking about.
Sure.
Do you know a good spot to take the kiddies on a holiday for like snorkeling and?
Yes, I do. Woody Head. It's amazing. It's a national park. It's quite cheap. So amazing for snorkeling.
Oh, where's that?
Just perfect. It's down near Iluka in Yamba. It's only probably 45 minutes from me. But if you Google Woody Head, It is just amazing.
Is it a camping ground or is there
Yeah.
cabins?
Both.
Awesome.
Either they do, and they've even got little houses. Be actually a
Oh.
really cool place to have a retreat one time, Magida, because they've got like a big old scout house there, and I think it
Ooh.
sleeps about 20 people. I mean, it wouldn't be as
Wow.
fancy as the nice ones, but it'd
No,
be
but
really
we
on
can
country.
offer a cost-effective one because there's so many single mums that have.
Oh, you should have a look into it because it's amazing. Like we've had so we did Dadiri down there. I don't know if you ever heard of Dadiri. It's a indigenous it's like a intensive listening 3-day.
Wow.
It's just incredible. It's amazing. And there was like 20 of us there, and we stayed in, like, everyone had their own rooms, and like, sort of bunkhouse style, but where it is makes up for it. Like, it's just amazing. And you can have little fires.
Woody
Fish.
Hedge National Park.
Yeah.
Sounds
And there's
great.
kangaroos everywhere.
Wow,
Yeah.
beautiful. It reminds me of we've got up north in Noosa the habitat near the Everglades.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
nice too,
it's
isn't it?
similar. Yeah, they don't have snorkeling, but very similar what you described.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is it-
Sorry for the diversion.
That's okay.
I
If you
just thought
come
you would
down, let me
know.
know. Yeah, if you come down, let me know.
Yeah. So are you near there?
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
only
cool.
45 minutes from there.
My
Pottsfield's
kids were
also
just
nice.
sorry?
Pottsfield's also nice.
Or snorkeling?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pottsfield, Cabarita, like
Oh.
there's a Hastings Point, Hastings
Oh,
Point.
I've been there and I didn't realise it was a snorkeling place. Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, Hastings is amazing.
Oh, okay. So I'm just going to go back here.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, no, I'm not sorry. I'm glad I asked because
yes, thank you.
my kids would love snorkeling.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just reading, Kavita, what you've written about your goal, feeling in a shitty mood and drained. Yeah, so you're due to get your period. Yeah, so we're like I'm on day 3 now, so we're in that.
We're all about the same.
Yeah, we're all in sync in that low coming down point.
Yeah.
And you said your voice was telling you it's trying to fix me so I don't end up in hospital again. It's protecting you. Yeah. What's it saying?
So that voice, remember when you asked Kathy about what is that voice that it was about, it's my fault. There's something wrong with me.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep.
So when I, closed my eyes and I asked, so it's like, I'm trying to fix you so you don't end up in hospital.
Again. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. When you reflect back on that time, how much awareness do you have of what were the contributing factors that put you there?
There was a lot.
Yeah, you were going through a lot.
It was a lot. Yeah.
So we want to use the hindsight thing here now for you. In hindsight, what did you learn? Right? What do you know now? And we can also take you into that space of worst case scenario. If you were to end up in there again, what would you do differently? It wouldn't be the same thing. It would be different, even if you ended up there, because this is the thing, we can't stop life from happening. Some bad shit could happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it takes us down, like if I lost my whole family tomorrow, I would be in fucking hospital.
Yeah,
right?
me too.
But, we have to face the reality that sometimes it's going to be too much for our nervous system, that could happen in life. Yeah, but what I would do is, if that happened, it's the way I would manage it. I'd be asking what they're putting inside of me. Like, I'd be asking for, yes, I might be asking for the medication, but I might also be saying, well, I want my Reiki healer to come, and I want I would just be calling the other therapists to come as well.
Yeah.
Just it's how I would manage it differently. And you've also got so much more resilience around how to deal with the voices of dad or ex-husband, and because I imagine back then a lot of them were influencing you and your decisions, whereas now you would be like, no, like all those voices, you would be better at shutting off and coming into yourself and going, what does my body need? What do I need?
Mm.
Necessarily, you know, letting all of that infiltrate the situation.
I also think what happened was, you know, when I've read all these books about what happens to your brain and body and trauma, it's like when major life events happen, that all that trauma gets re-triggered. And then with all the nervous system stuff, it's like you can't get yourself out. You're just like, you need, you know, like.
Yeah, nervous system shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think a better strategy is actually, it's okay if I end up in hospital, right? It's safe for me to end up in hospital. Yeah, so doing the 4 statements on that. And taking yourself to that place. Sammy's shaking her head. We'll do it. We'll do it together if you want.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking there might be one here for you, Kathy.
That's scary because it's
I've
like
been trying to work out my. Oh, sorry, Kavita, you
no,
go.
it's okay. I said that's tricky because that was one of the hardest times in my life.
Yes, honey, this is why it's so effective when we do this, because that's literally what this process is created for, is when our fear is debilitating us, and we've got to diffuse that fear so it doesn't run the show anymore, and show it that even if worst case scenario, you're still going to be okay. So yeah, so Kathy, let me just think about yours for a second.
It's funny because it's funny you say that. Am I still there? Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
Because I've been trying to think of one. I was like, well, you know, I'm trying to come with that goal, and I was thinking, well, it's okay that his name. I don't know. It was like doesn't want me anymore. Or
Yeah. So what I was getting, I'll say some and tell me which ones land.
If no one wants me,
I want someone to want me.
yeah, but maybe not.
No, it doesn't matter if they don't.
But we're putting our power outside of ourselves, saying we want them to want us. But what about if we want them?
Yeah.
Right? It's not about that. It's about the alignment of 2 people coming together and both the union of both wanting each other, right? Whereas, like, hang on. What I got was around because there was the story around there's something wrong with me. So I wonder if it's okay for him or for people.
Damien.
Okay. So I want to test these 2, right? It's okay for Damien to think there's something wrong with me. Or it's okay for anyone to think that there's something wrong with me.
Yeah, that gets it.
Yeah, okay. Which one?
The Damien one.
Yeah, okay, cool. So we'll do so Kavita, yours is it's okay for me to end up in hospital again.
Well, that's gonna hit. Especially the last one.
It's gonna be okay. We're here to hold you in it, honey. It's okay. Yeah. Okay, so all right. Are we all okay to do this?
Yep.
Are we gonna say it at the same time?
Yeah, I'm gonna take you through it, but I'm gonna put you guys on mute.
Okay.
So you'll do it.
So it's okay. It's safe.
Yeah, I'll take you through it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's okay for me to end up in the hospital. I'll guide you through it, but I'm just checking in that you feel okay to do this. Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, great. So I'm going to mute you both because you're going to do your own versions of it, and I'll talk you through it. So just getting yourself into a nice comfortable position. Yeah, nice. Hug something, hug a soft toy. Can't see you anymore, Kathy. Yep. Just see if you can position the phone somehow. Yep. Yeah, just to make sure you're all okay. And you know how to do this process. So I'm here to hold space. Are we moving through it energetically with you both as well? But also go at your own pace and saying the phrases how it suits you. So when you're ready, say it inside your mind or out aloud. We start with the it's okay. So it's okay for me to end up in hospital again. It's okay for Damien to think there is something wrong with me. And just run that over and over again. It's okay for me to end up in a hospital again. It's okay for me to end up in a hospital again. It's okay for Damien to think there's something wrong with me. And just say it over and over and over again. Take a breath when you need to, or take a breath in between each time you say it, or go through it really, really quickly, whichever. I'm just staying with the it's okay one first, and then we'll move on to the next one in a minute. It's okay for me to end up in hospital again. It's okay for Damien to think there's something wrong with me. Good. And then moving on, it's safe. It's safe for me to end up in hospital again. It's safe for Damien to think there's something wrong with me. Take a breath in between each one if you need to. It's safe for me to end up in hospital again. It's safe for Damien to think there's something wrong with me. You might even want to move into it's safe for anyone to think there's something wrong with me. If you want to go there, expand it if you can. It's okay for me to end up in hospital again. Safe for me to end up in hospital again. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm feeling in my body too. You're doing really well, ladies. Move or shake or anything you need to do as you're feeling it. Good, good, good. You might need to use vocals. Ah, use the vocals if that helps. Good. So if and when you're ready, you can go to the next one. So we're saying it's okay to, it's safe to, and I approve of is the next one. I approve of Damien or anyone thinking there's something wrong with me. It's okay. Sorry, I approve of going to hospital again. Oh, approve of Damien or anyone thinking there's something wrong with me. I approve of going back to hospital again. I approve, I approve, I approve, I approve. Good. Over and over and over again. Both doing amazing. Allow any emotions to come through. Allow the sensations in the body. We're holding space to take your body to this place in a safe container. You've got control of this. You've got control of the accelerator. So you can slow it down or speed it up at your pace. So you can go faster if you need to, or go slower. Take breaths if you want to slow it down. Stop saying the statements completely if you need to, and let the body just take a moment to adjust through what it's moving through in your own pace. To cycle through from the start through, it's okay, it's safe, I approve. Go through that again. Breathing, vocalizing. Good. Then, when you're ready, that beautiful last one, I'd love to go back to hospital again. I would love for Damien to think there's something wrong with me. I would love for everyone to think there's something wrong with me. I'd love it for everyone to think there's something wrong with me. I would love to go back to hospital again. I would love to go back to hospital again. Yay! I would love it. Oh, good. Good. Keep going. Yes. Love it. 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 Oh. Ah. Good, 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 good. I wonder what the people in the park are thinking right now. Oh, so good. Oh, so cycle through it now in your own time. I'm going to give each of you your own time and space to move through this. So you can go fast or slow, whatever pace. Pause, take a breath, whatever you need. And as you go through this, at some point you'll notice, or maybe you have already noticed, the reframe, the insights, the knowledge, the wisdom, the new voice of reason, the new belief structures that are being created. Allow all of that wisdom to drop in now. Good. Good. I'll just give you all as long as you need now. I will be silent now. And then just coming back in your own time. And when you do, I would love for you to share in the chat box all of the reframes, the wisdom and the insights as they come through. Just start to share them in the chat. Oh. Nice. Or share how you're feeling now. Share what sensations you noticed in your body. You might be a bit zonked, so that's okay as well. Just take your time, no rush. Beautiful. Yes. He's so below the line and he doesn't and never deserved me. Yes. Yes. Amazing. Amazing. So below the line. Yeah, especially this healing version of you. Exactly. You're an elevated version now. Amazing. I don't know if you're talking to me, but can't hear you. Or you're just saying stuff to yourself. You want to unmute.
There we go. There we go. Is it better?
Yeah.
I feel it again because I feel it so physically that we do those powerful statements like that, especially like I do it alone. When you're there, obviously taking our energy or feeling it with you, I can feel it like coming out of me.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it's more powerful when we do it together.
And going,
Yes, exactly, Kavita. Like I feel it from my chest and my throat chakra just going.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, you could tell I felt that because I had to do all this vocalizing.
Yes.
Yeah, at one point I felt a lot, here, like in this midsection.
I can't see you, Magida.
Oh, okay.
Flick the screen across, because I've got one on my phone.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's what I have to do.
Yeah, I got one on my phone and one on yeah.
Okay.
So your reframe was, it might happen again, but it's okay if it does. I'm not afraid of it. And a part of me also liked being in hospital. Exactly. See, this is the
because you
existential.
got to rest.
Yes, exactly. And you got
And
to be
I was being taken care of.
yes, fully taken
Yes.
care of. Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah,
how's that
so-
reframe?
Yes, exactly. So this is the existential kink part of it. This is why we take the body to the I love it when, because it actually shows us that secondary gain, that underlying benefit of that behavior, so that we can completely diffuse the fear and go, oh, okay, now I can see what that was actually doing for me, what the job of that was, and how it did serve me. But now we can elevate from it and go, okay, so a part of me just needed to be fucking taken care of. Right. And so now you can go, okay, what can I put in place to make sure I'm taken care of? Because you get to that point of
Yes.
exhaustion. Yeah, you got to that point of exhaustion where you had no other option but to just collapse so that you would be taken care of. Wow, I just got a text from my ex. Isn't that interesting?
Wow.
Did you?
Yeah,
I blocked mine completely now. So
his name just popped up.
wow,
Yeah.
it is interesting.
Bless him. Bless him. Yeah. He's just trying to be helpful. But yeah, I will also claim my part in that because I've kind of enabled that. I asked him something about cars.
Okay.
Because he's a massive researcher, and I was like, oh, if I could think of anyone else like that would know this.
Oh.
Yeah, so anyway, it's been a week since we spoke, but now he's just sent me something about a car, but that's okay. That's all right. I'll say thank you and then shut it down. Say we probably shouldn't talk after this. Because I've opened up like the energetic connection and the wound for him again, probably. So yeah, anyway. How great was that? Whew.
Oh, amazing. I can't actually believe how much better I feel.
Yeah, that shit is amazing.
It really, really is.
It really is. It has so much built into it. Sounds like such a simple process, but it's got so much built into it because it does have the guest house process built into it, because we're welcoming the thing that we're afraid of. It's got shadow work built into it because we're welcoming the shadow aspect. It's got somatics built into it because we're moving it through the body somatically. Like it's just and what I also love about it is you're in control. It's not me doing it, it's you doing it. And it's got energetics built into it as well. Like it's just a beautiful catch-all process that took me 20 years to
This is so amazing though, because I've been sort of a bit I guess distracted with work and kids and life. But I haven't been working through the modules as quickly as probably others are, because I think you just sent out module 7. But
there's no time frame.
well,
Hang on.
I know,
Yeah,
but
there's
the
no
best
time
thing,
frame.
but the best thing is that what I needed today was module 3. And your video on those emotions, like how to experience those emotions, and that it's okay, and the guest house process, and I like really needed that today. And I think the little thing at the end, that the activity is to put something in that, and you also love this, put something in that you've done this week that was below the line.
Oh yeah.
And so the ex just lives 2 streets away from me, right? And so I see his car all the time, and he's, of course, because of his ego, he's got personalized number plates and all this sort of shit. I did the bird out the window. I like fully gave him the finger, which was so below the line, and it didn't make me feel better. It was like in that module 3, there was like, yep, that's what I did below the line this week.
No, I love it.
So
yeah, that's
but
funny.
it's funny. Like I said, I needed that module this week. really good. And I
Yeah.
know that when I move on to the next one, that's what I'm going to need for next week. Because
Yeah,
it's getting closer to Christmas and my mother's calling me. So yay.
oh, yeah. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's a good point you make. There's no time frame for anyone.
Well,
The
that's
modules
good.
do release weekly, but you've
Yeah.
got there's 3 months worth of modules, or 12 modules, 12 weeks, but there's 6 months in the program.
Oh, so good.
So
It's amazing.
you've got, yeah, basically 2 weeks to do each module, but then you get, like, they're there forever. So it's not, there's no, I'm saying if
I
you
love
want to
that.
keep up with like the 6-month period, but they also don't need to be done in order. I should make that distinction.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
They are not necessarily sequential. The only ones that are sequential is 1, 2, and 3. They're good to do in order. And then after that, each module kind of stands on their own. And you can chop and change. But like module, can't remember which number it is, but the one that has trigger freedom in it, that one is just done whenever you need to clear a trigger, right?
Wow.
Then there's like 4 modules on communication, all different things about communication, and again, you just can do them whenever.
Yeah, great.
So we did last week, we revised the precision model, which is one of the modules on communication. We went through that was fun. Delete, distort, and generalize patterns that our brains have. So that's, you're doing perfectly imperfect.
Imperfect.
Perfectly imperfect.
How are you feeling now, Kavita?
I'm feeling like that was important because it was like a big fear I was carrying around. So I feel like I've got a lot more understanding around it. And the parts, there was a part of that, they took care of you. I was like taken care of, and part of me was having a mini holiday. Even though I was going through a hard time, I'd had no responsibility. I didn't have no responsibility of the kids or the business or anything.
Exactly. Like I have had those thoughts before, babe. Like, I'm doing life alone. I'm doing my business alone. Like, no support. I have had thoughts of like, fuck it, I'm just gonna take myself to the psychiatric ward.
Yeah.
Too.
Well, it is. It's like a they say it's like a mum's fantasy, and there's but it's a person's fantasy. You see like reels of mums holding a laundry basket by the stairs and saying, should I like pretending to trip? Because the society isn't supporting how we're meant to live, and it's hard.
Exactly. So
and it's fucking hard.
This is a really big point, because what can we put in place to help us? It's
and not have the guilt when we do get the help.
Oh, right, the guilt.
What can we do? What can we give ourselves as women and mothers and women who are juggling so many balls? Like, what can we do to give ourselves that break that we feel like we are being taken care of? How can we? I would love to brainstorm some ideas. Like, what can we put in place for us?
I was lucky, like even me taking this week off, like, because it was I think it was only this week that New South Wales went back to Vetus, and I've only got my daughter at school, obviously, but she takes up a lot of space in my life. So she only went back to school this week, and then I was like, do you know what? It's okay for me to take 4 days off this week, and I did, and I'm so glad I did, because I needed it to be a better mum, to be a better work colleague, to be a better case manager.
I think a good question for me to ask myself, and this may resonate with you guys, is whose voice is that? Like, if we're like, oh, I want to take a holiday but I shouldn't, whose voice is saying that you shouldn't? Is it yours? Is it society's? Is it a past relative? Like, whose is it? And to question that and be like, well, do I need that, or fuck it off?
Yes, girl, you just sound like me right now. I love
Yes,
you.
she did, didn't she? I agree, because it's yeah, like my mum gives me a lot of guilt about that sort of stuff, still does, and she hasn't worked in bloody 35 years. But
Mm.
you know, and even then, you know, when I was growing up, she had a house cleaner, and she had my dad, and you know, it was very different. I know
Mm.
she worked hard. I'm not saying it was super different, but you know, I've been alone for 7 years with my 3 kids, no house cleaner, work full time, like, you know,
Yeah,
and she
yeah,
still
yeah.
gives me guilt about, you know, my messy house, or my bloody clothes aren't folded or whatever. And I don't care anymore, like, about my folded clothes, but her guilt
Yeah.
still gets to me. And
Yeah.
that's where it is with me, Kavita. Like, and
Yeah.
that with my mum came from her generational thing, you know, that the wife has to do that. You know, that's yeah, it's bizarre.
And, you know,
Well,
that could be carried on because back then that was their primary job, was a
Yeah,
homemaker.
yeah.
And so,
exactly.
you know, they don't understand, well, here I am doing both now. It's just not attainable.
Yeah.
It's
And
not.
you'll be proud of me, Magida. So I saw Dad today and I said to Dad, because he had a day off yesterday, I said, how was your day off?
Mm.
And he said, day off? What day off? And I just went, do you know what? Whatever you decided to do with your day off,
Yeah.
that's on you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That's awesome. I wish I could high five you.
Oh,
Yay. That's so good. What
And
did he
I
say? Did he say anything, or I bet he didn't.
and he said something like, oh, I have to do the important things first. So I said, what you choose to be important to you is your own stuff.
yeah. What do you mean by important? What does he think is
He
important?
mowed the lawn that
Oh,
didn't
well,
need to be mowed.
yeah, his choice. His choice.
His choice.
His choice, totally his
Yeah.
choice.
I love it. Love it. Love it.
Yes. That's so good.
So I've
Oh,
written
that
here,
feels good.
I want to brainstorm this. So what needs to be there for me to take a break and feel fully taken care of? So this is a huge thing for all women who are juggling many balls. So ask yourself this, and let's come up with some answers.
Well,
I'm feeling into it and going that a lot of us will feel like we can't because we've got the kids full time. Like, how do we create a scenario where my kids are my business, right? So, you know, my business is always there 24/7. You've got your kids 24/7. So it's the same conundrum. It's just a different energy. What would we need to put in place to be able to fully take a break and feel like we're taken care of? And before that, though, my brain goes to, well, how often would I need that to feel like it's enough so that I'm not tipped over the edge? And I guess this will be different to everyone. So right now, when I'm looking into it, I'm going, I feel like if I put in place some daily things and then some weekly things and then some monthly things, that kind of is helping me to top up that bucket. So daily would be things like my beach walk or my back rehab exercises, permission that I don't need to think about the business 24/7.
yes, that's a good one for you.
Permission to sometimes be late on these calls, or maybe even once every 6 weeks, you know, get a guest speaker so they come in and do a session so then I can have a break. Okay, so see how my brain's like creating solutions now, and I'm topping up my cup so that it doesn't overflow. So I want you to think about these things for yourself, and as a collective, as women who recognize are all juggling many balls, how can we come up with solutions that would work for the collective? I think for those that have kids and mothers, and like there's kids at different ages, so kids who aren't at school yet is way more of a challenge than when once your kids go to school. That's a bit of a rite of passage. Oh my God, I made it, you know. If they're not at school, then where my mind goes is the mothers groups and stuff that can happen, or childcare. We don't want to necessarily put our child in care every day, I recognize, but can that happen once or twice a week? Like how often? I've got a girlfriend who is a huge boss lady, multi-million-dollar company, and has a 3-year-old. And from day one, she has put that child in childcare twice a week.
Yeah.
And hasn't even blinked an eye. And has said, like, I need my days, my me days. Otherwise, that child's going to get nothing from me. And I'm going to end up in a heap. So there's that. And then going further out, like monthly or maybe every 2 months, like a weekend away, where take ourselves away into nature, like, is there a possibility that the kids can be completely minded by somebody else?
I've been helping out a girlfriend in that sense, Magida, who her kids are much younger than mine, single mom, same sort of situation as me, horrible ex, blah, 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 horrible father of the kids. And so we support each other. Like we go camping.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
I look after her kids. So she has her time and then I'll go off and do my little thing.
Yes.
And we support each other that way.
Yes.
And she's actually using my daughter now to help babysit too, which is good.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So those mothers groups, like, and I knew her.
Yeah.
I actually met her in a mothers group 10 years ago. So
amazing. Yeah. So because I hear mums say, I'm a single mum with 4 kids, 5 kids, and it gets more challenging when they've also got special needs. We've got quite a few in our group that have that as well, where they feel like there's no one else that can manage my child except me. Like that's a really challenging, situation. Like what can we do for mums in, that have that going on in their life, and how can we give them a break? Because it's not realistic. Eventually they're going to hit breaking point.
And they do. I mean, I'm lucky enough, my kids, haven't got, they're all on the spectrum somehow, but aren't we all? But they, not like Nick's kids, for example, they're not on NDIS and and I can't imagine how hard that would be. And
well, this is for sure as well. Yeah. What
could you put in place?
Yeah, I wanted to share, so one of my friends is going through a hard mental health time at the moment, and she was sharing with me, I had a sleepover with for my eldest daughter because someone's daughter needed to be taken care of. Anyway, it was really bad for me, like for my nervous system, so dysregulating. And I said to my kids, this is not for me. Like this is something that I can't do. It's too hard for me. And she said, I hate sleepovers as well, and I'm having one for my youngest's birthday. And I said to her, the boundary I shared with my kids. And she said, oh, I can't do that because it's her birthday, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, she did it. She completely flipped her lid. It was too much for her, and she's still recovering from it, but she's doing it again for her eldest daughter's birthday. And I just shared with her, through learning about myself, I'm setting intentions for myself that I'm not going to do things that disrupt my nervous system. So I'm recognizing that and putting incentives into place. But it's so interesting how mothers are like, no, I have to do it because this is what they want. And it ends up being bad for the kid as well, because you're so dysregulated that you end up shouting at them because they kept getting out of bed and running around at 3 a.m. in the morning, and she was screaming at them. So at the end of the day, no one's winning.
I learned to put that very boundary in place, Magida, with my daughter and my kids, because when they were little, same thing. Oh no, I've got to do it for the kids, or whatever it be. It was my duty to do it. I felt like it was. And same thing, it would just send me down this spiral and so stressed. So then I started putting in boundaries. I'm like, no, actually, you can have 2 people sleep over, not like 6 or just one person.
Yeah. Or
You
a
know,
time
just
limit, like they
or a
need to
time
go
limit.
the next
Yes.
morning,
Yep.
you know,
Yep.
not stay till the evening, then, you know,
Yep.
yeah,
And you'll find most mums understand. They'll go, yeah, sure, I'll pick my kid up at 8 a.m. That's fine. You know, you've had enough by then, so have they. So,
yeah.
yeah,
Great.
those boundaries are really, really important.
Good. So I've written in the chat, sleepovers, camping trips, we share the load, daily rituals for self-regulation, low tox living. That's a huge one. That will make a huge difference to everyone. 3 to 5 minutes of meditation, whatever.
I've got an app I can share about the you can scan products to see if it. Do you want me to share that?
Yeah, share it in the chat. Yeah, I've got them too. Yeah, I pretty much know now how to read labels, but that's why I shared the
I would like that.
I'm doing the course with Nikki, our vegan chef, who is gonna show. She's all over that shit. Like, you think my brain has knowledge, hers is like up here. Yeah, so I'm doing her program. I think it starts Monday. That is all about that low tox living, but also creating recipes that are easy and quick and amazing for your body and all of that. So yeah, so if you want to join that journey,
it'd be amazing. Hope she offers it again, like maybe after Christmas.
I'm sure she will.
Financially, not a good time for me, but yeah, it's exactly sort of that'll be the next step for me after sort of this mental health stuff. That'll be next because it's getting easier for me.
Yeah, well, I might bring her on as a guest speaker as well, and she can do a spiel and then stay in touch.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Especially like you said, creating those easy recipes because we get so busy.
Yeah, and the thing like healthy cooking, it's kind of like we have to cook from scratch, but it's just it seems too much.
Well, like, even things like coconut water. She's gone. The only brand of coconut water is this one, and I'm like, oh, thank fuck for telling me. She just knows.
Yeah.
Like, don't touch any of the other coconut waters except this one. I was like, oh, thank God for that, right?
Is it called like raw or something?
Yes.
Oh, is it raw?
Yes, it's raw.
Actually, my naturopathic friend told me that too.
Yeah, it's the raw brand. Yeah, you're on it. And then coconut yogurt. The only good one's Koyo.
I've been eating the cooler.
Which one?
Yeah, me too.
The cooler.
Oh, your cooler might be okay, but I think Koyo's the cleanest one. Don't go near Cocobella. Cocobella's full of shit.
Is it? That's the one that's always on special.
Yeah, it is, and it's cheaper. Well, it's half the price, but because it's got double, double the shit, right?
Yeah, of course.
But this is just about like reading the label too. Like, I'm just gonna share screen for a second.
I also want to share at the time last year when I was going through all that shit, something that helped me. I went to like a friend organized a sister group where you just go and just share all the shit you want to share that you're going through. But one thing I needed and one of my girlfriends offered is I lay my head on her lap and she just stroked my head. It's like a part of me just wanted to be taken care of and like stroked like a parent would.
That's there's this is called havening as well. There's an actual process called havening, and you can also do it to yourself. So it's like this. So you hold your arms and you can do both at the same time, or you can do one. You can also, and then you also do it on your face.
Oh, that feels so good.
Doesn't it? Yeah. So it's really beautiful and regulating. Really beautiful. Yeah. It's better. It's even better when someone else does it to you. But
I would.
Yeah,
Get your kids to do it.
Havening, yeah. So if we look at
Pay for it.
Cocobella, right? Where's the ingredients? Where's the ingredients? Oh God, of course they don't have it on their own website. Seriously? Oh gosh. What the hell? Oh, that's a bit shit, isn't it? Okay.
Probably don't want everyone to know.
I'll show you because this is in so many products now. Ingredients. There it is. So I don't know what that is. Native starch, tapioca syrup, that's sugar.
Yep.
Agar is sugar as well, I think. Yeah. And then you go and look at Koyo. Another trick is like the more ingredients, the worse, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there. Okay, organic coconut cream, water, starch, chicory root fiber, live cultures. That's it. Clean as fuck.
That's it.
Right?
Wow.
Clean as fuck. Yeah.
Koyo. Yeah.
Yeah, and the cooler has water, organic coconut cream, tapioca starch, cane sugar.
No, which one's that? Cane sugar. No, you don't want that.
Koyo. That was Koyo. So this one's, I just took a screenshot of it.
Oh, yeah, cooler. Yeah, no.
Because I've started making I even did the other day except I used too many
I'm
chia
getting a
seeds.
yogurt maker.
Some of the chia pudding, you know, that
yes,
with just
in her
some
recipe.
yeah. So I made some I must have gone overboard on the chia seeds.
Yeah.
It was very funny. But still I've been using it. I'm spooning it out and putting it in my smoothies. But I've been putting the coconut yogurt in, but I've got the really sugary one. So I'll have to remember next time to get that one.
Yeah. Why isn't it? How do you spell it? Yeah. Yeah.
N.
Oh, N, not Y. Oh, Nakula. I was putting it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so, oh, look, stabilizer. That's actually the worst. That's got stabilizer in it. So that's really bad for you as well.
Yeah, wow.
It doesn't say stabilizer.
Oh, guar gum.
Gum.
That's a stabilizer.
No, this has got tapioca starch. So water, organic coconut cream, tapioca starch, cane sugar,
Yeah. Okay.
live vegan cultures, and probiotics.
Yeah, it's not as, I mean, sugar just like run straight away anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Is coconut sugar okay?
no sugar's okay.
Yeah. Such an addiction to get over too, sugar.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
The only sugar, well, it depends how strict you want to be, but the best sugars are from fruits, but there's also fruits, like not all fruits are created equal. So berries are the best ones.
What about maple syrup?
No, that's still sugar.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah. It depends. Look, let's get Nikki on. It depends.
Yeah.
It depends how extreme you want to go. Like her story's beautiful, heart-wrenching and sad at the same time because her mother got cancer and this was the way that she moved through it and helped her, I guess, live longer through the cancer. She still passed, but she learned so much. And so she's a wealth of knowledge, very passionate about it. So, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so all of these pieces, though, come back to us having a regulated nervous system. And so the transition to low tox living is huge. And Kavita, you've come leaps and bounds in that anyway, and you already were before we met. So that plays a big part. And yeah, now it's adding the other bits and pieces and coming and doing the work, which you are. So
and gut health.
Gut health, yeah.
Gut health,
yeah. So the sugar is what feeds the gut health, feeds the microbiomes and the bacteria in the gut. So that's what we want to stay away from. So I did this is fairly extreme.
Chocolate.
Yeah, no, this is fairly extreme that I did with, let me get it up here. I did this with Nikki because she's guiding me specifically for my goals. And so, yeah, just prefacing, this is an extreme version, but just to show you, if we want to fully heal the gut microbiome, what we want to do is we need to starve it and kill the bad bacteria. And so no wheat, no sugar, no gluten, no alcohol, no caffeine, if we want to stop.
Caffeine.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the only one I would miss.
Yeah, I will. Same. I get it. Yeah. No starchy vegetables, particularly potatoes, corn, peas, butternut, pumpkin. And so here's the fruits with the high fructose and the low fructose. So high fructose, cherries, mangoes, bananas, grapes, pears, pineapple, apple, lychee, watermelon, peaches. The lower ones is lemon, lime, and all berries. Also, a papaya is good. The seeds in the papaya actually help to kill the microbiome as well.
Wow.
So she knows these little, things. The vegetables that are best: asparagus, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, broccoli. So she's given me this list, grains and good quality fats, meat. She's vegan, so she didn't like telling me this, but I asked her, please, I want to have meat as well, but it must be organic, because the other stuff is all pumped with hormones. So
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
yeah, so there are, if it's a process, it's a transition. If you're, depending where you're at in the journey, if you're starting out, start clearing out the chemicals from your house, and look at the meat that you're eating and go with organic options. It costs way more if you've got a family with 5 kids. I get it. That's a really hard thing to ask you to do, but what's more important, us getting cancer, or it's like it's a tricky one. But
I've got a tip too. So if you use less meat, you can add some beans in there.
yeah. So you can maybe do 1 meal a day that has meat in it. And you can also find, what I do is I source a local person in the area. So you would have heaps where you are, Kathy.
Yeah, I do. I buy mostly local meat. We have these beautiful farmers markets on a Sunday morning where it's all local.
Yeah, and you can
Like you
buy,
said, it
make
costs
sure
me a
it's
bit
not
more.
hormones. No antibiotic, no
Yeah.
hormones.
Yeah. So you can buy half a cow and freeze it, and once every 6 months you can buy 4 chickens straight from the farm, and freeze them. So and be very careful with your fish as well, because our oceans are fucked.
They're full of microplastics and
is it
mercury.
microplastics and mercury?
But I mean, they're swimming around in the shit right now.
I know.
And our
And I
ocean,
love
all the
salmon.
pollution. All the pollution.
and then we're eating that. So it's actually like I pretty much stay away from fish.
Yeah. And the bigger the fish it is, the more toxic, because they eat the little ones that have got all the crap. So it's double crap.
Canned tuna, like not good. Unfortunately, we're in a bit of a mess when it comes to that. But just start the journey slowly. I've made the move. Like, I even, as you know, at retreats I asked for this. I can't handle people wearing perfume or that the deodorant sprays and all of that. And like, I go to my salsa dancing and sometimes the men are wearing like cologne and I'm just like like I can't even dance with them. Like, once you get attuned to this stuff, you're like, whoa, like you can just smell it a mile away.
Oh, wow.
And you realize
it's funny because I stopped wearing perfume when I first started having babies, like 21 years ago. Yeah, because of that. Yeah, it's more so because it overwhelms the smell of the breast milk and all that sort of thing. It was a biological thing then. So I haven't actually worn it since. 2 people in my life bought me perfume, but it was for them. So it was my ex-husband and the ex. So, and I was like, because I literally never wear perfume. So they bought it for them, not for me.
Yeah. I just wear essential oils.
That's pretty funny. Same. I usually just essential oil as well, like something like that. So, oh man.
There we go. So yeah,
Yay.
I've been thinking about doing a module or something on the whole. There's just so much for low tox living as well.
Also try spray free, like pesticide free fruit and veg.
Oh yeah, sorry, 100%. All my veggies are organic as well.
Yeah,
So
mine are too.
It's
As a horticulturalist, I started doing that many years ago because when you learn about what they do in the shipping containers, especially when it comes in from overseas, you won't touch it. Especially
going on a bit of a tangent here, at the end of the day, it destroys the microbiome in our soils.
Yeah, it does.
It's
Absolutely,
destroying
it does.
the planet.
Yeah. Our soils are fucked as well.
They are.
Yeah. So ideally, we want to be growing our own stuff.
Yeah.
On our own land, coming back to that, like that.
I got heaps of broccoli growing.
Yeah, I've got a fair bit of stuff growing. I've always got. So I use every little space I got now because I'm back in suburbia. I just use all the space I got to grow whatever I can. We've got vest herbs. I've got tomato plants, lemon trees.
Amazing. Yeah. That's what we want to get back to. We want to get back to us just growing our own stuff. But yeah, anyway, slowly. Those are some of the things you can do if you still budget wise feel like you can't afford the organic fruit and vegetables. They're expensive. You can buy a liquid that you can wash them in, and it helps to take some of it off. But there's also what do they call it, the dirty dozen, right? So if you stay away from the dirty dozen, then you've got less, way less pesticide running through your system. Only buy organic of the dirty dozen, and then the other things are like easier to work with. But you can also just use vinegar and water. I think cleans a lot of the pesticide off too. So so there you go, a little side education on moving to low tox living. It is part of what I teach. I talk about the healing triangle, the chemical, structural and emotional. What we do here is we focus on the emotional side. But the chemical is what we're talking about now, is what are we putting in our body, what do we have in our house, what do we even wash our clothes in, like all of that low tox living. And then the structural is the bodywork stuff, which is why we bring the Zentai people to help look at what's happening structurally in our body. That I don't teach or sit in that area. I have knowledge from my own journey, but I don't, it's not my expertise, but it's important to be looking at all three: chemical, structural and emotional. And when I get a new woman come to us, I'm looking, okay, where is the biggest imbalance? And I ask questions around that. And if she hasn't even started her low tox journey, fucking straight away, first thing I do, go clean up your house. Because that's so dysregulating. Like, I can do all the emotional clearing, but if she's living with just chemicals running through her day in, day out, it's like, well, we're just the cup keeps overflowing.
But the worst thing is, like, I've used vinegar, water and tea tree oil and eucalyptus oil and bicarb soda for cleaning for 10 years. Amazing. And it works. So much better. And lemon juice, because I got a spray bottle that I put the lemon juice in, squeeze it in, the bicarb, and it's so much cheaper as well than all this chemical shit that they're telling you to use. Like, I just put bicarb and vinegar in the toilet to clean the toilet. Like, it's like so easy and simple. Whereas people go and spend like $8 on bleach and everything else. Like, they need it. So it's all just media driven, So
for sure. It's all a money grab.
Sorry, my child's calling me. I'll just ignore that. He's all right. He's all right.
We'll finish up. Beautiful call as always, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy we're holding you tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah,
I feel actually so much better. Thank you so much. I was waiting games at 1 o'clock. Is it 2 o'clock? I was just so thank you so much. I feel so much better. It's incredible. Thank you, sisters.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.